right, students, let's begin by understanding what mono and hybrid mean in simple words. Mono indicates one and hybrid refers to a combination or mixture of traits, so a monohybrid cross involves just one trait. Now, consider Mendel's experiment with pea plants focusing on their height trait, which is easy to see and understand. What do you think will happen if tall plants are crossed with dwarf plants? Will the offspring show a pattern? Mendel observed that one trait can dominate over the other, resulting in all offspring showing the dominant trait initially. He used symbols to represent different genetic traits, TT for tall, TT for dwarf, and T for the hybrid tall plants. Let me draw a Punnett square to show how gametes are formed from each parent, and we will fill it step by step. When a tall plant with TT produces gametes, it always contributes T, while a dwarf plant with TT always contributes T. In heterozygous TT plants, they can produce two types of gametes, T or T, in equal proportions. Next, we set up the Punnett square with these gametes to see all the possible combinations in the F1 generation. In the F1 plants, all will be tall because T, the dominant allele, masks the effect of T. Now, let's self these F1 plants to predict what happens in the F2 generation by crossing TT with TD. This means each F1 plant contributes gametes T or T, and crossing these will produce various combinations. As we complete the Punnett square, we observe some plants are tall and others are dwarf, naturally showing a ratio. The phenotypic ratio in the F2 generation is 3 tall plants to 1 dwarf plant, which is quite typical. Looking at the genotypic ratio, we see 1 TT, 2 T, and 1 TT arising naturally from the combinations. Let's highlight these ratios visually, perhaps with colorful boxes or arrows to make them clearer and memorable. Remember, this pattern of ratios appears in NEET whenever complete dominance is involved in a trait. So, understanding this simple cross helps you master the basic principles of genetics for your exam. If you grasp this concept well, your understanding of genetics will become much easier and more confident.